Hey y'all, this is Curlinda with Curlinda Can Cook, and today we're making fish tacos. So let's get ready, let's get set, let's get
All right,
cooking.
guys. So, as always, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me as I prepare my dinner for my family. And as always, thank you for allowing me the opportunity to share my dishes with my family, with you and your family. I hope that you try these dishes, and please, please, please be so kind to post some pictures on our Facebook page at Curlinda Can Cook. Let us know what you tried. Let us see how it came out, as well as on Instagram as well. Tag us so that we can make sure that we show you some love back. Now, the first thing that we're going to do here, oh, and don't forget to hit the like button. If you are not already a subscriber of my channel, go ahead and hit that like button. And make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you are notified every time I upload a new video. Now, with that being said, what we are going to do here is we are going to get started with our, we have here our fish. We have 6 pieces of fish that we have seasoned here. And I am going to mix up our seasonings in a bowl to show you how I mix the seasonings for the fish and season the fish for these fish tacos. So we are first going to start out with about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then we are going to use a 1/2 teaspoon of cumin. We're also going to use a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Now, you want this to have a little kick, but you don't want your fish too spicy, okay? So you're going to give about a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, a 1/2 teaspoon of paprika, just for the color of it. We have 1/8 of a teaspoon of black pepper. And then we're going to use a 1/2 teaspoon of Old Bay as well. Now what we're going to do with our seasonings, guys, is we're going to mix these seasonings up in this bowl really good so that we can pretty much have everything evenly seasoned so that we can put it on both sides of our fish. Okay. Now I have gone ahead and I've heated my oven on 375 degrees for this. You can put your fish in a pan that's lined with parchment paper and put it in your oven. That is totally fine. Here I am just going to leave mine in my pan. Now the first thing you want to do is take your fish and give it a little drizzle with some extra virgin olive oil. Okay, and you want to do that to both sides of your fish. So go ahead and flip it over. That's my little Grayson, y'all, here in the background, my little Wapo. So we're going to do the same thing on the back. Just give our fish a little bit of drizzle with our extra virgin olive oil. Then we're going to go in with our seasonings. So what you're going to do is just take your seasoning for the most part and evenly sprinkle it over your fish. Like so. Okay? Now you're going to turn your fish over again. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay? We're going to take our fish. Now that we have it seasoned, taking it and evenly disperse our seasoning right onto the other side of our fish. Now once you do that, you should have something that looks like this. Okay? Now that we have our fish seasoned, before we stick it in our oven, first of all, let me wash my hands. You always want to have clean hands when you cook. So now that I've washed my hands, the next thing you want to do is you want to get you some butter. Y'all know I use my Imperial butter. Okay, I always have my Imperial. Now what you're going to do is you're going to just take a dot of butter and put it on top of each piece of your fish. Now you are going to cook this fish in the oven uncovered, and you're going to put it on about on 375 degrees, and you're going to put it in the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes, okay? And now what you can do with your fish in the end, if you wanted to have like a little bit of a crisp to it, you can broil it at the end of the cooking process for about 3 to 5 minutes. But you want to make sure you watch it so that you don't burn it, okay? Go ahead and wipe that off my hands. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it in our oven so that we can let this cook for about 20 to 25 minutes. Once I get that situated, I'll be right back. So now that we have our fish all in the oven, we're going to go ahead and make our sauce for our fish tacos so that we can put that in the refrigerator and let it get a little chill on it. Now to make our sauce, what we're going to do is we're going to use about a 1/3 cup of mayo. Y'all see how I scoop that out? You can tell I make this a lot because I can measure that mayo with my eye. Okay, so we're going to use about a 1/3 cup of mayo. We're going to use a 1/2 cup of sour cream. Okay. Then we're going to use 2 tablespoons of lime juice. Now when it comes to your lime juice, you can use fresh lime juice, or you can do like I'm doing and squeeze. This is the lime juice in a little green little bowl. Just squeeze your 2 tablespoons. Or you can roll you some limes, like I said, and get you some fresh lime juice. But I'm saving my fresh lime juice to squeeze on top of my tacos. Okay? And then you want to add you about 1/8 teaspoon of Sriracha seasoning. Or you can add you some Sriracha sauce, about 1/4 teaspoon of Sriracha sauce. But I just want a little bit of seasoning for kick. If you like it a little more spice, go ahead and add you a little more sauce. And to that, we are also going to add 1/4 teaspoon of garlic salt, okay? And this is garlic salt with parsley. If you want to add you some parsley in for a little bit of color, you can go ahead and add you some regular parsley and be done with that for a little bit of color, okay? This smells so good. I wish y'all could smell the fish bacon in my oven. Now what we're going to do is just go ahead and stir this up so that we can incorporate our mayo and our sour cream very well. I don't know if y'all can see that, but you see how pretty that color is? Just that little sriracha gives it like a nice little tint of a little red in there. Okay, so that's what we're doing with this. We're just going ahead and mixing this up really well. And y'all know me. What you gonna do next? Stir, taste, repeat. You want to taste it. You want to taste it to make sure it's where you want it to be. That is perfect. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this and put it in the refrigerator so I can get a little chill on it. You can also put this in a little squirt bottle and squirt it onto your fish if you want to. However you want to do it. you can do that to get that on your fish. But like I said, you want to go ahead and make this, let this set in the refrigerator a little bit, cover it up so that you can get a little chill onto it, and it'll be nice on the top of your fish. Also, for my fish, I use tilapia. If you want to use a different kind of white fish, you can. You just want to use you some fish that will flake up really nice for you once it cooks. So let me go ahead and get this in the refrigerator, and then we can move on to the next step. So we have our fish in the oven, and that's been cooking for about a good 10 to 15 minutes. We have our sauce for the top in the refrigerator. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cut up our vegetables that are going to be our toppings for our fish tacos. Now, I will tell you this, at this part, this is tricolor coleslaw. You can use tricolor coleslaw on top of your fish tacos, or you just want to get you a red cabbage. Now, for me, I like color in my food. I tell y'all that in my videos all the time. So I prefer the tricolor coleslaw, as well as it gives me a little bit of carrots in there too. So I have my green cabbage, my red cabbage, and a little oomph with some carrots. But again, if you don't want to do this, all you have to do is get you a small red cabbage and cut up a small red cabbage. But for me, that saves me a step. And also, I can make coleslaw with what I have left, so that I'm not wasting after all is said and done. So now, for this, what we're going to do is we're going to cut up these are Roma tomatoes. We're going to cut up some Roma tomatoes to go on the top of our fish tacos. So all you got to do is just kind of slice them once or twice in the middle. And you just want to cut them up into little nice bite-sized little pieces. Okay? Put those on your plate, and then you're going to just repeat the same thing again. Now, I told you before I'm going to be making pico de gallo, so I am going to cut up some of these tomatoes for my pico de gallo as well. I just want to be able to get enough tomato so that I have enough to top all of my tacos. Then the rest I'm going to put in this other little bowl. Okay? So now that's about 1.5 tomato, and you can see that's a lot of tomatoes. Okay? And these tomatoes already have been washed, so that's another thing. You want to make sure that you wash your vegetables. Even though you might get them out of the store and they're already in the package or whatever, please wash your tomatoes and your onions and your bell peppers and all of that good stuff. Okay? And don't forget to like and comment. Share me your thoughts about my videos. I'm always interested in hearing what you have to say. This is my sidekick, Genesis, again. Tell everybody hello, Genesis. Say hi. She's very shy. So she'll come to the camera. She'll come in here, see me recording. Then she'll go back and tell her dad, Daddy, Mama talking in the kitchen. Alright, so we got our tomatoes. Oh, we have one more tomato here. So let's just go ahead and get this tomato cut up with the rest of them. Okay. And those of you who are my real taco fans out there, I would love to see y'all make some fish tacos and give me your opinion about them. Or some shrimp tacos, or, you know, some other kind of seafood in a taco. Alright guys, so we have gone ahead and we have cut these tomatoes up. This is going to be the tomatoes for our pico de gallo. So we have gone ahead and cut these tomatoes up. And I know these are a little bigger than what you normally see in pico de gallo, but I'm making this. This is the way I want it, and I like mine when I make it to be a little chunky. So with that being said, let me go ahead and just get our cutting board wiped off, and then we will move on to our next vegetable. So now we're going to go ahead and we are going to give a dice to our purple onion that we have here. And we're not going to cut up this whole onion, okay? I'm only going to use about a half of it. Take my peel off, of course. And I'm slicing this pretty thin because I am going to use this for the top of my tacos, but I'm also going to use it for the pico de gallo as well. So I'm just doing two things at one time. Okay. So I went across it like 4 or 5 times, I think. Yeah, about 1, 2, 3. About 5 slices across it. We'll take about a handful and put it in there. And the rest of it, we are going to put right over here to use right on top of our tacos. We can go ahead and put this in the trash. I have some fresh cilantro here that we're going to coarsely chop up. Now you see I have my stems. We are going to reserve the stems. But what I am going to do is get it pretty even at the top. So I can just chop, chop, chop down. Because I don't want all that stem in it in the bottom. I do want my leaves in the top. Okay? I love cilantro. If you are a cilantro fan, use as much cilantro as you can stand without going overboard. Also, too, with your cilantro, you want to make sure that you wash it. Because sometimes you can get your cilantro out of the store, out of the produce section, and it has like, it be gritty. I don't know what that be about, but it's about something. So it be gritty. And you see how I pretty much put it all together on the top? And I have all of that stem left down there at the bottom. Now I'm just going to take this and coarsely chop it. Okay? And this is just going to dump down right inside of our pico. Alright? So that's going to go right in there. Then I'm going to take a little more cilantro and cut it up for the top of our tacos. Again, I'm going to take them. I know some of y'all probably give me a thumb down for the way that I just did that, but that's okay. I am cooking in my kitchen, and for people who cook for real, and learning how to cook, it's like, you know what? Oh, okay. This is something that really happens. So if I make it all formal for you, if you are cooking and you are making a boo-boo, then you're going to think you're doing it wrong. So in other words, that was okay. Okay? It's your kitchen. Do your thing in your kitchen. This is the way that I'm doing it. So for all of my picky people, oh well. We'll leave the light on for you. Alright. Now back to this cilantro. All I'm doing is coarsely chopping it. I don't want it chopped up too fine because I just want it to have a peak of color on the top of our tacos. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut my avocado in half so that I will be able to get half of it. And you see how I went around my avocado and I have half and I have my other half that I'm going to use. Now, I'm only going to, like I said, I'm only going to use half of this avocado. I just want to get some of that seed skin out of the middle of it. Go ahead and pop that out. Now, not always does this happen, but you want your nice clean meat. Then what I'm going to do is just take the hull off it. So I'm going to go and just peel it. Now, if you're going to use your whole avocado, you can peel it before you cut it in the middle to de-seed it. But I'm peeling this last because I need the peel to stay on my other side because I'm not going to use it yet. So now that we have this, just going to go ahead and give it a couple slices around, like so. A couple just nice, thin, cutesy slices. Okay. Like so. And if you want to chop these up or dice them up, you are more than welcome to do that too. It's your taco. Eat it how you want it. Now that we have our avocados, the last thing that we're going to do wipe off our knife, and the last thing that we're going to do is we're going to cut our lime. Again, this has already been washed, so what I'm going to do, I cut it in half, then I'm just going to cut it in slices. Okay? And like I said, for me, I'm going to use my lime to squeeze on top of my taco. That's good. So now we have our lime wedges. We have everything all together. Now back to our pico. Okay? At this point with your pico, you pretty much already have all of your vegetables cut up. Now that we have everything done with our toppings for our taco, we're going to go ahead and head back to the pico. So we have everything pretty much cut up in this bowl. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add a little black pepper to it. And this is really just for cosmetics, this black pepper. And I am going to add, I'm going to squeeze in one, not even a whole tablespoon, but like 3/4 of a tablespoon of lime juice. And I'm going to stir that up. Okay? Isn't that pretty? Now, if you want a little spice to yours, you can go ahead and add you some jalapenos. My husband doesn't like the spice, so I'm not going to add any jalapenos to this one because I know he's going to want to eat some too. But what do? Stir, taste, repeat. I just want to taste it for the flavor. Now, what I have here is some scoops, some Tostitos scoops. And all you got to do is take a little bit of your mixture, scoop it right in there, and taste it. I want to add a little bit of salt. You see, that was just a little bit of salt. And I'm also going to add a little bit more lime juice. So this did wind up being a whole tablespoon of lime juice, y'all. This tomato is very fresh. So I want to get that little lime zoom in it. I'm going to go back. I'm going to taste it again. That's it right now. And again, sorry y'all, that's rude talking with food in my mouth. But again, if you want to cook it up and add just some jalapenos in there, you can. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set this in the refrigerator so that it can begin to chill. And then, once we come back, you will see how we finalize our fish tacos. Now, our fish has been in the oven baking for 25 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it on broil for 3 minutes. Alright y'all, so we are down to the end of our fish taco dinner. So what we're going to do now is we have a pan that is heating on the stove. There's no oil or anything in this pan, but what you want to do is kind of brown your flour tortillas a little bit. What you're going to do is just sit that right on there so that it can warm up a little bit. And while that is warming, let's just go ahead and take our fish out of the oven. And here is your fish. This is what your fish will look like after about 25 minutes. You'll have something that looks like this. That is all done. We're going to let that rest on the stove. And you're going to take your bread. Just flip it over to the other side. Alright, so now that that's done, you're going to repeat and do the same thing again with your next one. Why did I use this spoon? And I got the spatula. Alright, so with our fish, what we're going to do is take a piece of fish and we're going to flake it off or break it up like so.
Yes.
Then we're going to add our toppings. Trey, will you give me my look in the refrigerator right there? You're going to see that I have some sauce in a bowl in there. Get that for me.
Onions and stuff?
No, that's pico de gallo. You can give me that, yes. Give me that.
It's white.
But also, yes, give me the white sauce for the top of the fish. And then give me a spoon, please.
What you making?
Fish tacos. Alright. Okay, so another one. And you're going to repeat the same thing again. And you're going to do this for however many tacos you're making. So you have your fish right here. And what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and you are going to add your toppings. So go ahead and add you a little bit of your shredded cabbage, tomatoes, a little bit of onions. Now I could put a little bit more tomatoes than that on there. Cilantro,
Green stuff.
1 or 2 pieces of your avocado, and also feta cheese. Really?
You are so bold.
Why?
Flipping out with your hand. Can't do it.
Because that one side is like soft still.
Dibs on first taco.
Here you go. Come and taste it on the camera. Oh, it's bubbling up. Ouch.
Told you it was hot. Oh, they go back down?
Yeah, it'll go way down. Yeah, they kind of got my finger a little bit, y'all.
Got you that time.
Yeah, it got me that time.
Is that spatula?
No. There we go. And that is your fish taco, okay? Go ahead and taste it. Check this out.
How do you fold it?
It's folded in the middle.
Got you. Oh, the sauce is falling.
The moon is gone.
I get everything. Alright, you ready? Is fish at the bottom?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. That one mine, right? I ain't care for this one mine.
Huh?
That's good!
That's my son Trayvon, y'all.
You know what's crazy? I don't even like tomatoes.
Yeah, that was
avocado.
really good, right?
Smash.
Alright guys, so now that we have all of our tacos warmed up, all of our tortillas warmed up, and Trayvon has taken our first fish taco, we're going to go ahead and start over here so that we can plate up and eat up. Now what we're going to do is take another piece of fish, put it right there on that side. Just chop it through a little bit. Take this piece of fish right here. Put it right there. So that way you can have kind of even fish meat all the way through. Now again, you're going to go back. With your cabbage. Put your good helping of cabbage in on both sides. Your tomatoes on both sides. Your onions and your cilantro. Okay, that's all you're gonna do. And then you're gonna come back in with your avocados. And like I said, if you want to dice your avocados, you can do that. Okay. Finally, you're gonna finish off with your feta cheese. If you see you have big chunks in your cheese, chop them up. Okay. Put it on there like so. Both your tacos. Then finish it off with your sauce. Now, if you want this sauce to be thinner, add more lime juice. Otherwise, if you want it to be where it comes out, you know, in thin strips, put it in a squeeze bottle so that you can squeeze it. Alright. So there you go, guys. You have fish tacos. Now, also, if you want to take some of your pico and put on there, you can do that as well. But for us, there we have it. Fish tacos. And all I'm going to do is take a little pico. And put it into this little bowl. Like so. With some chips. So there we go, guys. That's dinner. Fish tacos. There we go, guys. Fish tacos with pico de gallo and chips. And you have your little lime wedge right there to be able to squeeze it off. Again, if you haven't already done so, go ahead, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button so that you can be notified whenever I upload new videos. Make your comments and be sure to share this video with a friend. Thank you so much for watching. Now go ahead and eat up and enjoy. Bye. See you in the next video.